Maybe you haven't considered something. Maybe you don't want to be free of polarity. Maybe you have a time-based experience that commands a truth that is superseding your will, and that is to stay polarized, asleep, to stay valuing time, to be on the holodeck as the only truth. And within the holodeck, you choose billions of truths. But the holodeck must be chosen firstly, and it has been. Leaving the holodeck is choice. Maybe you just don't want to. Abraham had said at one point, your feeling, the way you feel, is your point of attraction. That is your truth, my friends. It is the truth of you. If you have not read the email that Grise had wrote, he summed up our entire message neatly, perfectly, without discontent or disharmony. Authentic from capital to period. That's it. When you know that, then the polarity becomes a choice. But do you recognize your choice as the point of attraction? Do you recognize your truth? You have to be very aware, very vigilant. Observant of your actions, your words, your reactions, your responses. These speak truths to you. Now that you have a pretty good idea about not focusing on the details as reality, but as Abraham in this channel and all of us say, how you feel about reality, this will start to attract a differentiation of frequency within the vibration. Someone had wrote the ocean is a vibration, and there's millions of frequencies, or fish, if you will, within the ocean of vibration. That's one way to put it. Within the polarity idea, connecting with that focus psyche, that is vibration. Humanity, vibration. How you choose it is your frequency. The difference is how you feel. But see, all ideas and all nows have to lead to a new now if chosen. If you choose time, you feel the same. Within the polarity scale, you don't always feel good or bad, the same, don't be so obtuse. You feel the same as polarized. Your emptiness, your lack, your, I don't know about tomorrow. How do I fix this? What about that? I'm not sure. Oh, finally, I got something I deserve. Everything that you know is time, history, what you were, is that idea of a certainty vibration which commands the psyche of truth, which is your creative skill at work. You are not familiar with your conscience skill of creation, are you? You don't know quite how attraction works and quite how manifestation works. You have tried endlessly for 17 billion years upon humanity's psyche to create. You cannot to create because already to has been created, and you cannot change what is with time. Change is natural. Change occurs with no effort, and that's not good enough for you. Because that change has fear in it, and you are afraid, aren't you? You're afraid to let in the unknown. You're afraid to haphazardly let go of what you would call controlling time. You're afraid of the future. You're afraid of the consequences of your own actions, your own truth. your own God-given right of existence to choose your truth, you are afraid of you. Yes, you are afraid. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Maybe you just love that more than in awareness. You love yourself. Of course, you possibly can't love yourself already any more than you do because you're all that is, of course. But you have a conscious choice. You have a conscious mind. This awareness, the fractals, that's God, that's fractal, that's God, that's fractal, that's whole, that's fractal, that's whole, that's fractal. Every instant now you are both. And you only validate the fractal because that's what the fractal knows itself as. But the fractal has the option to know itself as the creator, as the 0 point, as creation. But it uses the resources of the fractal to know that, to guess why that, and what's happening with that. And then the distractions come in and the cycle continues, and your worthiness is not exposed. And then you give up, and you give in, and you become the idea of mediocrity. Praying for death secretly, hoping escape. These are wonderful ideas of human. Did you ever consider you just came here to be human and didn't give a shit about ascension? See, this has two folds of questions for you. One is, if I do choose that, to really become my full, authentic, polarized self, never doubting my truth, would I ascend anyway? Or if I do choose that, is that my truth and I will always be that until I die? Well, the perfect answer is, I don't know. See, that's what the secret that you guys keep missing. It's your journey. And you can't be afraid of it, because you will most certainly never find your worthiness unless you get off your high horse of lack and start choosing to live. Grisa had said it. Go live the experience, the truth that is yours. That your truth is your life and it belongs to you. And whatever is measured about it is not you. It is the holodeck. What better recognition? What better way to know thyself? For all of you that have bad habits, and bad habits are not just physical bad habits, they're emotional habits. Aren't you lucky to be able to do that? How about that? Did you ever consider yourself absolutely fucking lucky that you can have these things bad? I'm wondering if God actually thought of the devil and said, I would like to know myself as evil, and created it. To know thyself as a possibility. The one that you call the devil, Lucifer, he's not a devil or an angel. He's Luciferian. He's a collective. But in your world, you can create God as the devil, can't you? Because it's not that you've never met him, but you're scared shitless of him. He's the reason for your chaos, mayhem, the demons whispering sweet nothings, dripping their foul honey into the ears of the vulnerable, causing them to grab knife and slit throats, to rape, pillage, and plunder. Since the beginning of time, since daylight. Isn't that a great story? Can you see the absolute exquisite depth of exploration, choosing truths to be able to have that experience? Are you afraid of experience? Are you still running from the bad and making things right and good, and living pristine and proper. Wearing your Mary Janes, bobby socks, perfect skirts, pleated. Wearing your shirt and tie pressed, but going home and having your wife shove a dildo up your ass when the church would shun at that. The secrets that you keep from each other because you're afraid to become a God. Because God is unconditional. I am unconditional. You are unconditional, but you have an ability. Oh my God, you have an ability to condition a person, an entity, enslave yourselves. To know that this is a nice, wonderful, exquisite, extraordinary, outstanding, superlative ride. And it is mine. Can you move your point of view to neutrality about this? Then can you further it to embracing this? And if you embrace polarity, then what do you know? You. And then whatever is no longer valued, well, you know what happens. Change. And you all want to change. I know you do. But you can't do it through theory. Someone had written on Roxanne's timeline. Here, let's play. Let's play. Give me some eyes, Roxy. Give me some eyes. Thank you. Is non-polarity the only way to access the now? Roxy wrote something, and Roxy, she wrote something back. See, that is a polarized mind, wanting to know how to be non-polarity and looking for the answer to access it through what you call the now. Do I access non-polarity? The only way to get non-polarity, access non-polarity, through that I can get to the now when you are now. See, maybe Sonia is ready to be that forever in her mind, that she can give up. Maybe that's the key, to give up on figuring it out. And Roxy said, stop figuring it out. Because every time you figure, you play in time to become that and you sustain yourself. Maybe she can see that if she becomes and gives in, that she is human and she's here to experience the bliss of limitation, then she'll know thyself differently. You guys keep honoring yourself, that you're lucky to get these things when you create them. You keep hoping that things get better, and when they do, you don't accept them. So what does that mean? That your point of focus, how you feel, how you really feel, is the creation scope that you've been seeking? The answer is, of course. Everything is your feeling. You guys have been distracted for a very long time with your eyesight. Details, objects, outside of you, external. You must know your relationship with these things because they are intimately and created by you. Everyone says, well, I created this, and okay, they're my reality, so they created that too, and we're co-creators, and stop. When you run away with questions, you run back to polarity. The questions of the inquisitive mind that is beyond polarity is known. But you also are very intimate with the other polarity questions. Why am I sick? Why am I having this ache? Why did that person do that? Did I attract that? What's the reason these people are acting these ways? See, all of that is polarity. Inquisition. Inquisition mind. So the law of attraction in and of itself attracts feeling, vibration. Is that what you're saying? Yes, that's what I'm saying. So how does that create a reality? That's inquisition. How does the law of attraction really attract vibration? And that vibration, you must know, is not details. You're still wondering why you live in the house you do, or you wear the clothes, or you only have so much of a budget. Then you are not inquisition, inquiry into expansion. You are polarized. Because when you offer yourself lack, then you must know you are choosing in the opportunity of the now, polarity. You're choosing that aspect when you look at a reality through eyes of detail and find things wrong with it, because there is no inaccessible in your now, and there is no way that it can be anything other than your truth, how you feel about it. See, it's not that you are middle class, it's not that you are not successful, it's why are you not the opposite of whatever that is. That's polarized. See, that is a feeling which offers, listen very closely now, not details. It offers how you feel as truth. Now, what comes in attraction next? Let's give you this idea. Have you guys ever walked into a room where there was an argument going on and you feel it? You feel the tension in the room. And then you walk into a room and there's incredible amount of love, peace, serenity, sanctity. You can feel the differences of those two scenarios right now. See, that's the potential. So here's how the polarized mind thinks. I walk into a room. Did I cause that tension? Am I interpreting that intent, or am I interpreting this argument as an argument? Well, an argument fucking occurred. You know it. But you're always wondering why you're feeling bad. And that's what keeps you. You have to accept this is creation. You are allowed to feel in an idea of a negative situation, an evil, an argument. That feeling is not polarized. That's attraction. Maybe you get it now. Maybe you are feeling bad about your negative situation, feeling bad about your negative life, why you don't have these. See, that's what you have to love, that you do have these, that you feel this way. I feel shitty. This room is argumentative. I feel the tension. It is what you get to feel. You walk into a room that is a serenity. It is perfect peace. It is harmony. It's what you get to feel. None is better than the other, ever. And if you measure that, then you stay. That now, that time, that split second, that. The conscious mind then accepts itself as that. And it's not that it attracts that. It attracts potential within a frequency band that cannot be shaken unless you change the frequency, because you are the creator. So in other words, if you are always miserable and you attract your misery, when you come across a reality that is harmony and you start to object to the harmony because you feel the idea about too good, too beautiful, too peaceful. It's just out of control to you. You think it's a fairy fucking land and it's all bullshit. So you choose that potential to feel that shittiness that's perfect as that polarity, I do not deserve good. And you have now attracted a frequency band that sustains the potential, but the potential is always there. Then, if you finally give in and accept the wonderful idea about feeling good with no cause, no effect, no reasonality, because you fucking deserve it, because you're God and you can feel anything you want to and be your goddamn truth, when you feel that, then the frequency band opens up to a different reality, not details. Listen very closely now, class. Listen very fucking closely. When you change the frequency, the law of attraction must give you exactly the match potential. The more not good you choose, the more you choose allowance, accepting of all of you. That opens up more of you. And you can't feel polarized if you're avoiding and accepting the polarized world. You must accept all worlds as truth and feel that. It doesn't attract a good feeling because you've chosen to feel good. No. It attracts a frequency band that has in it potential of different realities. Then one day, you could never feel the idea of what you would call a bad situation before. Because you know that feeling as not bad, because you're not running it through a filter that polarizes it. So you can't feel different. You can't feel it any longer as what it was. You can only feel what it is, which is not different. It's going to be whatever it is in the moment. Attraction, my friends, is frequency range. It is potential. When you accept yourself as an all-encompassing God and you start to fall in love with every single aspect of you, by law, the world must give you your reality, your vibrational potential will give you the match that equals that frequency. So let's use polarity so you guys can have clarity. Let's use polarity. So let's say you're going to, all you down there on earth, go, raise my vibration. How do I raise my vibration? You're all fucking around with a bad thing. Stop. Good. That vibration is not being raised or lowered. It is a frequency range of what you are. There are absolutely non-polarized frequencies of absolute, exquisite, mind-blowing, fuck you to the moon and back orgasms that sit below your frequency band. So you can't look at raising or lowering. But we'll use this for clarity. I love speaking as a polarized because I love being a fucking dick because I can't be a dick anywhere else. Very good. So in that, Einstein's, your frequency band, let's call it 3.0. When you open up to 3.1, because you're not validating 3.0, you're allowing 3.1 to be noticed because you're accepting 3.0 as all that is, By law, you must know more of thyself. So 2.9 comes into range and 3.1 comes into range. And guess who sits at 3.1? Fairies. Because they know you're in their frequency. They know they can have a relationship with you that is equal. But you guys are always trying to change your reality to get to the fairies and the unicorns and, oh, look at my name. And you're staying polarized. You're staying in 3.0. 3.1 is not the place to go. Higher has never been the place to go. Lower has never been the place to go. Now is everything. To go is time. Oh, it feels so good. God, this is rage, huh? This is exquisite duh-isms. I love it. It's like when Prote came here from K-Pax. You know, this is just the worth the trip alone, right? You know, he came for the produce, I came for rage. Ha! All right. Let's listen very closly once again. Your thinking mind is going to distract you during this entire conversation, and we understand that. Because the thinking mind had more precedence, more value over the conscious self-worth, the unworthiness that you value every day by not being the experience of your truth. Grisa called it heart space. Well, it's really not a heart space, it's your goddamn truth. You know it more than ever. See, the journey is you have to choose all of your truth. You have to be what your heart says, what you know you want to do. But everyone's like, what's my heart? Right, because you're trying to figure out what's best. When you stop figuring out what's best, you get the worst. When you get the worst, you become whole. But it's never played out. Anyone in problems? Anyone in trouble? Anyone having a bad fucking life right now? No. You're having life right now. See it? See what happens when you avoid? You stay polarized. When you don't explore your fucking fantasies, your fetishes, your bad habits, you don't explore your truths. But everyone says, well, this channel's just giving everyone the means and the authority and the permission to go out and kill. Not only themselves, but cause chaos on the world. Hey-ho! Because they claim it, because they're afraid to see the potential within themselves. Because God is not conditioned. But they condition themselves, so they have to have a reaction to this. And their react is, this is the devil teaching you to be devilish. Huh? Good. Live it, for fuck's sakes, and know thy truth about it. And see, that's the secrets you guys keep. Not only from yourselves, but each other. You have a feeling, you know a different truth, and you don't want to say anything about it because you're going to offend everyone around you. And even you're going to offend yourself, and yourself is going to start kicking your ass going, what do you mean? Of course there's the devil. Of course this is fucking bad. And yourself is saying, you can't listen to this. You can't start smoking. You can't stop going to church. You can't start wearing slutty clothes. You can't start having an affair. That's wrong! Yes, it is. And God help you if you become wrong. Oh, the freedom. That's what it is to be God. This is Grisa's temple. Choose, experience, become now, live life, and know thyself. To know attraction, as we, speakers of vibration, know it. The versions of ourselves we've given you is our exploration into ourselves and yours into it. And God, know that if you put measurement on this, then you know you are exploring. Perfect. And if there is no measurement found, then you know you have coalesced this portion of you into whole. There's never the debate. There is now, and that's it. You know these things now. This is getting good, as we say. See, most of you don't know everything that's going on. Most of you don't know what's truly going on inside of you because you're so focused on what's wrong and right with the world. But these masters that I see before me are changing that because they want to know what's going on in their world. And their world is not coffee pots and bank accounts and locations of where they live. It's not monetary. It's not materialism. See, their kingdom, you masters, your kingdom lies in the feeling of now. How you feel, how you portray your truth. See, you always are your truth, but so many times you squander it, is a word that we'll use, into a frequency of a couple of lights. This is, of course, Attili's teachings. You take the bliss of all that is, and you squash it down to, I'm not allowed to wear cleavage because work will be mad at me. Huh? The last straw for Roxy at work was a miniskirt. Very mini. She sat on a particular bench, crossed her legs, and there it was. A nice set of thongs. Somebody saw that didn't like it. And Roxy's ending drew near because she was herself. Can you imagine if Roxanne was never fired? Let's look at cause and effect here. Never fired from her job, accepted there, kept her salary of $5,000 a month, fell into the algorithm of administrative, ordering the vehicles, not being the closer and the desk manager extraordinaire that she was, not using her salesmanship talents except on men at the sex club. See, not using those anymore, being mediocrity, settling in. Can you imagine if she never wore that miniskirt, looked at it, and she saw right there these gorgeous fucking legs that went all the way up. Black stockings with the seam, nice pumps, platforms, conservative 3-inch heel. That was good for the day. Pointed toes, blouse. She had her fake boobs in at the time. The bra with the inserts to give herself some boobies. She had none at the time. She looked exquisite. She looked championed to herself. And that moment changed. See, that was frequency. So she gets fired and opens up a life of mayhem, chaos. Everything crumbling around her, shattering everything she held on to. Buying the sleeping pills from CVS pharmacy, only to be reinforced with people looking at her, smirking and trying to hide their eyes of staring at the abomination of Roxanne, only solidifying it's time to go. And then she's laying there in a black dress on the bed, ready to take the pills, and she starts to cry. because she loves herself. She just starts to cry because she knows that the miniskirt that Roxanne birthed was a truth. And she's never succumbed to the idea of conformity. She hates authority. But she gives in for periods of times. And then one day she explodes and says, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! And lives at the vibration and feels good. And cycled herself all the way to that bed, ready to go home. But she cried. Now, let's look at that. Now, is that a master exploring a reality? Yes. And what opened up, huh? Come on. Come on, Sherlocks. She opened up frequency because she knew herself as truth. She was not suicidal. She needed to know suicidal to know that she is not. She is the bliss of that experience, feeling it. She's not, I'm going to commit suicide in time. She is suicide in the fullest degree of a potential God experiencing itself with no filters. And she knew the truth. She lives. Either way she lives, but her truth is, her value is to live. Roxanne. She opened up herself to the hates and the judgments of parents. San Antonio. Republicans everywhere. Killers of animals. People of blue persuasion, red persuasion, everywhere. Not knowing who she's confronted with. Fearful, walking through cowboy country as an abomination. But she stood fast in her truth. And she smiled. She became authentic. And she valued something finally. Herself. And those guns, pew, 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 those insults started to become less painful. Roxanne was fine. But then, oh shit. Frequency changed and she had a potential. Channeling. If she'd never chosen the miniskirt, we never meet this way. Oh yeah. See, that's reality. That's attraction. Are you concerned about what not happened? Are you concerned about what if? Are you? Don't be. What is the reason you're here. You're what is to thyself. This is a vibrational world that you are co-creating. It is not a physical place. It's a holodeck. It's vibration. This is what you have attracted. This is your frequency band opening up. This is your experience. So let's look at something in time together. Before there was no channeling, and now there's channeling. I wonder what the fuck is beyond channeling. I bet your sweet fucking hairy asses that there is something beyond channeling, and it is immeasurable, and it is accessible. But if you focus, as our speaker collective has spoken, on the holodeck of time, the memories as real, then your value stays that frequency, and you must be that world. The world cannot get larger until you choose larger and smaller. Because, oh my God, you ought to see how large the world is inside of a molecule. It's a fucking universe in there. Whew. Let's not get stupid now, okay? Let's not be polarized about creation. Roxy found her worth, opened up a world by exploring her truths. Your world is not this class. Your world is your truth. What will come in the now is, if it is the class, so be it. If it is skydiving or going to Depeche Mode, so be it. Not so be it as, okay, so be it. That's what it has to be. No, be it. Live your truth. So be it. To know thy kingdom. To fill yourself with emotion, because you're not going to get this exquisite relationship to reality anywhere else. This is so unique. It is the sounding trumpet of masters. It is your calling card to know you have lived polarized. It is now, always has been up to you. It takes a lot of energy to sustain these emotions, doesn't it? It takes a lot of energy to be angst and worry for a period of time. Maybe sometimes you notice yourself, fuck it, okay, I'm done. Because you're just out of energy. But you're really not out of energy. You lost value in it as a truth. You've shifted your truth. Therefore, your reality changes. You've been missing that the whole time, have you? You see, when you give in to something and let it become its own course, then it changes. When you scream and holler, or you fuck your brains out till Wednesday, next week, then it changes, doesn't it? You go on bicycle rides for years and years and years, and then one day, why am I riding a bike? Because it changes. Because you know the things about you, but when you choose out of pain things you don't want, you stay the same. When you choose out of fear the things you're not allowed to have, then you stay the same. When you avoid your heart and becoming conditioned to the mediocrities of a watchful eye, oh, you're not very good. Hurts, doesn't it? People use emotion and they abuse you. They tear you apart, limb from limb. You want that, don't you? See, that's what you need to know. You don't want to avoid, Rebecca, your family. You want them to beat the living fuck out of you. And then you'll never let them do it again. It's not that you don't let them. Is that they're still beating the fuck out of you, but the only thing you hear is, I love you. Can't wait to get to that point where someone in your reality that was an absolute fucknose and you just wanted to shit down their fucking throat becomes an absolute friend, an exquisite master, because you can't see them any other way. And you've changed the version of that frequency world, and they can't be mad at you anymore. They can't abuse you. Because you've accepted the abuse, you've accepted the experience of them. They're offering you yourself. Why would you not take it and say, yes, you're right, I'm a big piece of shit. I'm a failure of life. I've disappointed you. Ooh, look at me, I'm disappointing to you. What do you want to do now? Come on, give me some more. Because it can't feel that truth anymore because there's not a filter in place. Because in that moment, you've taken the filter of psyche, humanity, and you've coalesced it within your world. Remember, and Grisa wrote this too, it's your goddamn truth. And that is discernible immediately on how you fucking feel about it. And if it is something you do not like, oh, then you need to run to it, or you need to dive right the fuck in to know thyself as the worst, the treachery, the abortions of the world. You guys can consider yourself the outcasts of spirituality because you're not grounding. You're not oming, meditating, eating vegan food. No, what are you doing? You're being whole. You're being unconditional. That's what gods do. You think God's out here living, oh, good. Yes, do you like my picket fence, huh? Yes, look at my flowers. You think gods are doing that? You think gods are sustaining a fucking image? Gods created image so they can feel their self-imaged as enslaved masters, you fucks. Get to know yourself. Roxy, notice the classes with us have been a little bit shorter because there's not much more to say because you have the rest of your nows between what you call time of classes to experience feeling and get out of your fucking thinking head, wondering when your true love's going to come. When are they going to come? Rescue me! Are you intimate with that self that hopes? Are you intimate with that self that dreams of a better tomorrow? Can you become that and know that it is a failure? And know that you'll never have these things in the now. You'll never say it. I'll never find my true love. And then they show up. But it's not a person. It's you. Jamie found herself yesterday through the angst and the pain and the acceptance that she was at the working end of enslavement. And she touched a nerve and she goes, oh, that's me. Hi. Don't be afraid of you, masters. I will be that of what I am. Are you afraid of me? Then you are afraid of yourself. There is no tempo anymore. There is no way to be. There is only being. And you will know thyself. This is all we bid you from the Speaker Collective.